From one god to another, it's that time of the week for Jens's fanboy quiz.
Hooray!
You ready, Jens? Have you got your lucky hat on this week?
I'll just go get it.
I've forgotten your hat. How can you do your quiz without your lucky hat? Come on, what a clown! He's up there leaving with his clown levels. So
we should do a whip round and buy him just these weird and wonderful hats to use on his fanboy quizzes.
One of the first pods, Stel, we were talking about Ron Robson, who'd left the board. It was around the time when the Tottenham Supporters Trust said that they demanded resignations from the board. So a couple of days later, didn't they? Spurs announced that Ron Robson had left the board, and Jens seemed to know an unnatural amount about him. He's like he knew everything about him. So we got him to do a quiz.
I read an article 15 minutes before the show started.
So then in that show, we were speaking about Pat Jennings Jr. and then we worked out there's a guy in Ireland who had his penalty saved. For some reason, they put it on Pat Jennings Jr.'s Wikipedia page that Big John Mountney had his penalty saved. So he had to do a quiz on Big John Mountney. So every week he has to do a quiz on someone that was mentioned in the previous show. So the last pod we discussed players that played for both Tottenham and Arsenal, and Big Laurie Brown was mentioned, wasn't he? So this week it's the Big Laurie Brown quiz. Yeah, you ready? Gazzo, your official score again this week because I lose track. I'm too busy multitasking and completely lose track of things. So are you ready?
Yeah.
First question, Jens. What year did Big Laurie Brown complete his transfer from Woolwich to Spurs?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can hear you.
We can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us? He's bottling the quiz again. He's bottling the quiz second week in a row. Last week he left the stream before he did the squad. Yeah.
Jens acting skills are superb.
Let me start again. I'll come back in because I think I'm having a problem.
Oh, he's gone again. That old chestnut. Oh, he just doesn't want to do the Big Laurie Brown quiz, does he? He's gone to Google.
Mate, that level of bottle job can only come from a Spurs fan.
Yeah, exactly. 2 weeks running. 2 weeks running. He's had an extra week to zone up on all the old. Some Talison's put the old "Can you hear me?" trick. He's back. You're getting coated off here, mate, in the comments. Can you hear us? Can you hear us now? Can you hear me now?
Can't hear you very well. I think my connection's going down. Honest, Gov. I think you're on mute for you.
Do that for the camera.
Well, okay, go on then. What was the first question?
Luckily for you, you can see the questions on screen, so you can't play that card, me old chestnut.
Yeah.
Wait, what year did Big Laurie Brown complete his
hang on a minute,
transfer?
mate. I'm just Can you read that? 1964.
Correct. 1 from 1.
What?
He always starts well. He always starts well.
He always starts well, yeah.
How much was the transfer fee?
40,000.
Flying. 2 from 2. I think he just looks at the same research.
I was going to say, he's looking at a screen.
Yeah, he's got it out now, honey. That's what he's doing. Question 3. How many times did he feature in the North London derby for both teams combined?
Yeah. Good question. 3.
You're out of town, son. 7. 4 for the Goons and 3 for the Spurs. Gaz, keep the score there.
2 so far.
Who did Big Laurie Brown sign for upon leaving Spurs in 1966?
Norwich.
Oh, he got him stamped. No, he's done you. He's done us. Norwich City. He's done us.
It's on 3.
Why was 1960 such a proud and momentous year in Big Laurie's life?
Didn't he captain the Great Britain Olympic team?
He did. He did indeed. You've had an extra week to zone up on this, so.
That's 4.
I told you I lost my notes.
Where was Big Laurie Brown born?
Shildon in County Durham.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell. I'm going to try and catch you out on his last 2. At which club did Big Laurie Brown finish his playing career in 1970? Was he just acting?
Altrincham. Altrincham.
Wow. He was manager. This one might get you. Yeah, this one might get you. What did Big Laurie Brown do after his football career ended?
Cry.
Did he drive a milk tanker?
Fuck off. He ran a pub and he worked as a milk tanker driver. Yeah. Jesus Christ, man. What's that? That's your best one, isn't it, ever? What did he get, Gaz?
7.
7 from 8.
Get all fingers in.
Brilliant.
Good effort. I'm going to have to not use Wikipedia next week for my research.